Hello, good morning, and a very warm welcome everyone to day 8 of preparation LDC ADST. So, we were solving 2009 question paper, and this was a question paper of LDC ADST 30% competitive exam uh, from Western Railway. Today, it's the part 4 of the video series, and I hope you all are enjoying this particular series and finding this really useful, right? So without any further ado, let's go to the questions first. So we had already solved the first question, which had 1A, 1B, and 1C. Now let's have a look on 2A question of this particular question paper. What are the rules for passing automatic signal at danger, stop signal at danger, warner or distant signal at on, advanced starter at on? This carries 10 marks. So let's see what exactly is the answer for this. So here is the answer. I have compiled some information from G and SR for all of you, so that it becomes a lot more easier. You can take a screenshot of this particular slide because this is really very important. It basically describes all the important clauses or important sections of G and SR which are applicable for this particular question, right? So first section of this question asked about rules for passing automatic signal at danger, right? So this actually forms a part of G&SR chapter 9 automatic block system, in which 9.07 talks about duties of loco pilots and guard when an automatic stop signal on single line section is to be passed at on. It's on the updated G&SR page number 227, right? The second part was rules for passing stop signal at danger. So this is from chapter 3 signals, page number 118, and the sections which are relevant to this are 3.80 duties of loco pilot when an approach stop signal is on or defective, and 3.81 duties of loco pilot when a departure stop signal is on or defective, right? So this is the second question. Warner or distant signal at on. This is from chapter 3 signals 3.07 description of distant signals and their indications. And last but not the least, advanced starter at danger, chapter 3 signals 3.81 duties of loco pilot when a departure signal is on or defective. So let's have a look on the updated G&SR first. I'll mention the link, or I'll give you the link for updated G&SR in the description of this video, and so that you all can also download the updated G&SR. I'll just open the copy of updated G&SR that is with me. So I'll just refer to the pages that I have already mentioned. Page number 227, right? So page number 227, I will just open it. Just a second. So in this way, you also can refer to the G&SR whenever you need it. So duties of a loco pilot and guard when an automatic stop signal on a single line section is to be passed at on, right? So when a loco pilot finds an automatic signal on stop signal with an A marker at on, he shall bring his train to stop in rear of that signal and wait there for 1 minute by day and 2 minutes by night. People who are working in automatic sections, automatic block sections, they would be already knowing about all this, but it's very important that you write it in the correct manner to get the needed marks, right? So first of all, whenever a automatic signal is on, the first thing that the loco pilot has to do with an A marker, the first thing that the loco pilot has to do, that he has to stop in rear of that signal and wait there for 1 minute by day and 2 minutes by night. If after waiting for this period the signal continues to remain at on, and if telephone communication is provided near the signal, the loco pilot shall contact the station master of the next block station or the centralized traffic control operator of the section where centralized traffic control is provided and obtain his instructions. The station master or the centralized traffic control operator, as the case may be, shall, after ascertaining that there is no train up to the next signal and that it is otherwise safe for the loco pilot to proceed so far as is known, give permission to the loco pilot to pass the signal in the on position and proceed up to the next signal as may be provided under special instruction. So station master or the centralized traffic control, whatever the case may be, the loco pilot has to contact the authority via telephonic communication and ask for the instructions, obtain the instruction, and the station master or the centralized traffic control, as the case may be, they should ascertain that there is no train up to the next stop signal and it is safe for the loco pilot to proceed ahead. If that is the case, then the loco pilot can pass the signal in the on position up to the next stop signal, right? If there is no telephonic communication is provided near the signal, or if the telephone communication provided near the signal is out of order and cannot be made use of, the loco pilot shall give the prescribed code of whistle and exchange signals with the guard and then proceed past the signal as far as the line is clear up to the next stop signal in advance, exercising great caution so as to stop short of any obstruction. If there is no telephone communication near the signal, then what he has to do? He has to actually give the prescribed code of whistle and exchange signals with the guard and then proceed to the next stop signal with great caution, exercising great caution so that he can stop short of any obstruction if that is there. And the guard shall show a stop hand signal towards the rear when the train has been so stopped at an automatic signal except as provided for sub-rule 6. When owing to the curvature of the line, fog, rain, dust, storm, engine working the train, pushing it, or other causes, the line ahead cannot be seen clearly. So in the cases that are mentioned above, that it may happen that the section till the next stop signal, next automatic signal, has a curvature, or is the environment is foggy, rainy, dust, there is dust storm, and the the loco pilot cannot see the line ahead, then he has to proceed at a very slow speed, which shall under no circumstances exceed 10 kilometers an hour. Under these circumstances, the loco pilot, when not accompanied by assistant loco pilot, and if he considers necessary, may seek the assistance of the guard by giving the prescribed code of whistle. When so sent by the loco pilot, the guard shall accompany him on the engine cab before he moves forward to assist the loco pilot in keeping a sharp lookout. And last but not the least, the seventh part of this particular clause says that when an automatic signal has been passed at on, the loco pilot shall proceed with great caution until the next stop signal is reached. Even if this signal is off, the loco pilot shall continue to look out for any possible obstruction short of the same. He shall proceed cautiously up to that signal and shall act upon its indication only after he has reached it. So guys, I think I would only be able to cover till this point of time. In the next lecture, we'll talk about passing a stop signal at danger, passing a warner or distant at on, and an advanced starter at danger. All these three remaining things would be discussed in the next lecture. I hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you for your time. This is Prashant Goklani, Junior Engineer Signal, signing off. You can contact me on my email ID pgoklani19292@gmail.com.